Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. Today is Thursday, July 31st. This is the last day of July. It's not a weekend, it is end of the month. There have been a lot of interesting things going on lately in this market, being the last one FOMC. FOMC happened during this day. It was a really nice day, kind of like a not hard to read, right? And it gave us a couple of opportunities. Which are about the same that we have today as well. I hope you have been doing well. I can't recall when was the last time I streamed. It seems like it was forever. But let me check the Discord. So what was the last update I have there? Wow, June 4th, almost 2 months here. Almost 2 months. These are summer markets. Summer markets are I wouldn't call volatile, but the presence, the heavy, or the dominant force in summer markets have the tendency to be short-term traders, short-term trading. And that's been put in evidence when you look at the charts and you see where or how the market has been working. For that instance, for example, what happened yesterday, right? What happened yesterday around this area here. The previous day, let me see if I can. Okay, this can be. I guess you can see better here. No, you just can see the lack of access in this day, right? Why I say that it has a really nice opportunity. You can see there is no access here during this day, right? This is one thing, right? And the next thing is you have 1, 2, 3 lows very close to this one. And I'm going to collapse this profile and open this one and open the next day. What do we have the next day? We got two more that join to the 3 that we have here, so we have 5 here, plus these 2, we have 7 days. I mean 7 lows around the same area, right? I don't want to call an exact number, but we have the 6400 here. Let's open the next one. Right? In the next day, you can see how many highs these are together. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, barely excess, a little bit of excess, but not proper. And the next day give us a little bit better, but still we have an overnight here, all-time high that was made during the electronic session, which adds right to this 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 4. We have 8 highs around the same area, and we have 7, 8 down here around the same area. And the following day, just before FOMC, what it gave us, finally, the market gave us access here on the upper side. Give us access, it takes these lows out, right? These ones as well, but we can see that the action here has not been completed, right? So this day has been dealt with, this day has been dealt with, this day has not, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 8 or 10 now, almost around the same area. And during FOMC, or during the press conference that Chairman Powell had after FOMC release, what we have is, the highlight of the day, right? That there is too much uncertainty and inflation is going to have extended impact in the economy. It's not going to be that easy to be controlled. That was kind of like what the media of the traders have looked at, and that was the catalytic for this break that we have here. Right? Once the market has a little bit of excess here, I guess it was, I don't remember, it was here or here. At the time, yeah, it was around this area here. At the time we had here, my bad, it was down here, around this area here. A little bit of excess here. I was carrying an information from the previous day. At the closing, while watching all these periods here, there was a lot of activity around the 6406, right? And that's why I have this area highlighted here. Not just an area. The idea was that if there's going to be an opportunity, there were good odds. There were good odds that was going to be around either acceptance of higher prices above the 6408 or rejection of that, or rejection on the prices. Downside extension, which is what happened yesterday. But that was just from the daytime or the short time, very, very short time frame point of view, because after that we have Meta and Microsoft earnings that were coming, which made the day of holding those positions really, really hard or very risky. Very risky, right? Which is what happened yesterday. We don't have significant excess down here. Also, if I open this profile, we have some action here. Again, the story that has taken to this day. This day here has a similar story. It has its story as well, right? But I hope you can do this by yourself, because there is something down here that has not been resolved yet. I don't know. The market is going to take care of that, but let me close this. The market has gave us here excess, technically excess here. It's weak, right? The same way how this was weak, right? We have excess here, but relative to this day, there is no excess here, right? This kind of low is also weak, but not in the same. It's not in the same. How can I say? From the same perspective and same way as this one was. Technically, again, let me open this again. This is a reference, right? It stops short. It stopped at 1 point or half a point from closing this one, right? From closing this distribution here, which is different than this one here. This fact here that has stopped here is what is when the opportunity came yesterday. Okay, you got one down up here and another one down here. I hope you saw that one yesterday. aiming just for rebalancing of the extremely short inventory that we have there. And following that, just take a look at what happened during the overnight, right? No? The shorts were squeezed here. Just imagine holding a position here and the market open way up here today, right? The market has to deal with this or with this. Which one was going to be? I had no idea. Right? Market started first rebalancing the extremely long inventory that we have from the overnight, and now it's doing the same relative to the daily time frame. Now we have excess. Now we have a really nice buying tail here. We do not have excess on the upper side. The excess on the upper side is very, it's a minimal excess. Technically this excess, but consider this also as an all-time high, right? This is an all-time high that's made during regular trading hours. Has made during the regular trading hours, and it is also end of the month, which I believe, right, is it what is giving us today these opportunities, because there's a lot of options out there that are expiring today. And the market, this is just dynamics of market dynamics. So the market has to deal with one thing and then with another thing. Right? Now, are you going to go long here with the market aiming to take this one? Personally, I am flat here. Right? I took a hit here somewhere, going lower, but then I took the market again using this area. I got a long somewhere here around 6406.75, right? It has a really good advance here, has allowed me to have something out of that. Now, the same opportunity that we have yesterday, relative to this low, relative to this distribution not being closed, is what gave us here today, right? When we had this really short market, right? What I was watching is value. It was at the time, it was a trending market, 1, 2, 3, even 4 periods going lower, right? It was a trend, and so don't fight. What are you doing buying at this market? That's what I thought, right? But I have this D period not being able to close this distribution here, and you have something out here. The next thing is where this market can be aimed, right? What can be seen, right? And what I did here is just remember what happened during this area, and having a stop here. The next thing here is where the place you stop, right? I thought that maybe this area here, it was a good place where to put a stop, maybe down here or a little bit lower than here. And why I say that, because that gave us these days here are giving us a range, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days range here, right? And this is a breakout. If you look at this, these days, for example, you have this range, breakout, rebalancing, not taking the center of this range, and then a breakout again, right? Building up of this range, breaking out to the downside, rejection of the break, market opening way above this high here, high range. This could have been a really good area to place a stop. get lucky, I guess. Right? And I don't have anything now. Just a simple. What the market can do is, you know, market can grind its way higher here. Is that possible? Yeah, I don't know. Everything is possible because we don't have we don't have an all-time high that has been made in the overnight in regular trading hours, right? That's one thing. But also, what do we have tomorrow? Tomorrow's the end of the week. We have these options also expiring tomorrow. This is not. I don't think this is relevant anymore. This is yeah. This is not relevant anymore. Let me get rid of this thing. Right? And while doing this trade, there is something else that I have here that help. It really helps. To monitor or watch actually the market while it is doing what it's doing, right? And this is it. What I have here, or what you can see here, is the same thing that you got here, right? Which is the same thing that you have here. Having a profile, it just gives us a visual, you know. You can see here, for example, there's a thick area here. Yesterday, you have a white POC here, right? This one here, right? But instead of having it open like it is with these bars here, the profile can give us something easier to see. And on top of that, I have my volume profiles here. The daily ones, right? This is the daily. I can see where the accumulation of these volumes are, right? The lower part, you know, pretty much accumulating. There's a lot of volume in this area here. Here one, this one, this one, this one. If you put this all, if I put this together, let me see if I can do that. Mesh profile begin, mesh profile end, right? You can see that. Yeah. And it's not coincidence. It is not a coincidence that when you have this low, you know, you have this value area here, value area high up here. It is no coincidence. This is something that short-term traders do. Again, summer markets, heavy presence of short-term traders. But this is not going to last forever. When it's going to end, I have no idea when it's going to end. Well, I have no idea when this is going to happen. Now, let me call this again. It was really nice to see how the market was working its way lower here. We have an inside bar here, lack of excess here, inside bar, breakout of the inside bar to the downside. In a market, okay, this is a breakout in a market that is trending higher. Where you got that information from, you may ask. And this is where I got it. You can see that impressive, really impressive rally. No? Another V-shaped market, right? Lack of excess here. All the gains that we have last year has been taken back, and now the market is standing above last year's high, right? I have put this mark, this 5% mark here, which is kind of like an average, return for the S&P, like 5-7% a year or year over year, which is not bad return. Yeah? And that's what we have here. And a pullback to 5% will be down to here, which is also normal. Yeah? What the market is doing, this is a strong market to the upside. Check the weekly. Right? Have a range, breakout this range, breakout of this range, consolidation, breakout, more consolidation, breakout. This breakout takes the market to new all-time highs, another range, breakout, another range, and this is in the weekly time frame. I have noticed something I've noticed here. These trend lines here that I have here are from way back in time. I have these ones kind of like forever. This is not coincidence also. You know what the market is using this trend line now. Now the next thing is either it's going to keep working its way higher below or take this one up and get the market back. Market can get back inside this range, right, and start doing something like this, right? Something like this. Yeah, and this trend, this happened for a whole year last year. Can it happen again? Have no idea. Absolutely have no idea. Seems like the market's extending its way out above the 50s here. We got the 100, the 200 here, and now let's check the daily. Right? Trending market, range, breakout, range, rebalancing. This break we have yesterday does not or did not take the market back. Let's build something here. Back. I guess I can call this a range here. Right? And why I leave these ones here, because this can be a retest of this small one here. Right? Market check, try to take this range back, it fails. Another attempt here, it fails. Right? And the next thing, break out of this range. Now another one's being built here, as you can see. Right? It's going to have, or it's having a break. It did have a breakout of this high, or the higher range, and right now is being rejected as we speak. Right? Where the market is going to close tomorrow, that's or today, you know, facing the end of the week tomorrow, I think that's an important piece of information here. Right. Let me close this, and then when we go back and check profiles, let me bring here. Let me bring my day, because I have more days here. You can see the advance here. There's non-excess here, and the non-excess here. Very questionable. This is very weak as well. The nice excess down here. It is weak relative to the other of these days, but there's no excess here. This takes this repair this low here, but not that much though. Very questionable. I wouldn't say very questionable, but it just highlights the fact that who is the dominant force in this market right now. You know, who are the traders that are moving this market. Got to be aware of that. Now, as we speak, the market is working its way higher here. You can see. Oh, I hope it is very hard for anybody to trade the markets without any kind of charts that has thank you, crypto. Thank you. Um, it's it's very hard to have any kind of view uh, of the market of the action without these profiles here. And the way how I set up this, it took me, man, it took me just $10,000 to have the setup of these charts. What I highlight here is I had the highest volume here. This is Sierra, by the way. I don't use window trading anymore because this is exactly the same, exactly the same. You know, Sierra is one of those things that is very polarizing, right? You either hate it or love it. When I first tried Sierra, I really hated it, man, with all my being, because it has, from my point of view, has so many unnecessary steps to set up your charts, and the learning curve was real steep. And at the same time, I tried window. And window trading was, I think, it's so easy, man. You don't have to do pretty much anything to set up any kind of anything on your chart. It gives you everything, right? And you pretty much have to just use just select the index you wanna look. And I compare that to maybe to iPhones and OS and Android systems. I am used to Android. My wife and my kids use, and my kids, which are my daughters, use iPhones. And I just, man, it's kind of like I feel prisoner. I don't have any kind of freedom there. But it takes time. I forgot that it takes time to get used to Android, and I really love Android. Every time I have the chance to upgrade to get a phone, I am set for Android. But to get to this point, I use Windows for maybe 4 or 5 years, something like that. And I was comparing until I got this, which is exactly the same thing than Windows. Right? And I find out that I have even more things in Sierra than I have in Windows. Now, getting back to the market has a stall here. This is what I call no man land here. The market is back inside this trend, inside the value area here. The value is higher than yesterday, which signs the direction of the trade, but I don't have the conviction now, right, to place anything here. It's just grinding its way, right? These distributions have not been closed, so there may be something out of here, maybe later. This is not a reference anymore. But look at what's happening, right? It just dries when it tries to challenge this area. It dries when it tries to challenge this area. I want to see how it gets from here. If there's some build up around half back here, around the center of the profile. And this is information that I'm going to follow. The high with little or minimum exit. Excuse me, I need to manage that dog. Hey Luna, what are you doing? Be quiet, please. I am working here. Alright. Where I was. Now this is information that I think this is the one that I need. I need here, because this is also the high of this range here. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 days range. And notice where value area is as well. This can be this can become relevant. Now regarding the markets, what's happening with the bond market here? Now it's building a huge area here, a huge range here. That dates back to March, right? End of February, March, and we can see this range forming here. This low is very questionable, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if this is used as a jumping pad, for a rally. But right now, as we speak, just notice what's happening here, right? In this is the 10 years. This is very questionable. This is very questionable here. Breaking below this market can drag the market. The 30. Luna, come on here. Leave the cats alone, please. I'm working here. The 30, you can see, or we can see a trend here, a downside trend. It's subtle, but there's a channel here. You can see a channel here, right? This is the low of the channel, and this is the high of the channel. It's a breakout, and then rejection of the breakout of that channel. Gold, very erratic market here. There's a lot of gaps here. 1 2 3 4. There's, ton of gaps happening in gold here. Gaps here. Range, but kind of like a range here that is compacting here. There can be a breakout here to the upside, to the downside, who knows. This is, I think, crude oil coming back or keeping these prices. You can see a trend here, trend to the upside. That's a good sign, actually. It's a good sign. At least traders are having the impression that the economy is good, right? No, it's not going to decrease. The dollar also has been recovering. It seems. Let's see how this works. We have a range here, clearly downside trend here, trend, and now this is a breakout of this trend. Can you see a range or channel, or you call it? Very questionable what we are having here. Then this is what I say, right? This is what I said when I was talking about the bonds here. What can happen here? We may have something like this going that may come, right? This is not necessarily the fact that it's very questionable lows here. This can trigger a firecracker effect to the downside. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. It just means that the odds are there, right? If I have a long, if anybody has a long position, that is just actually, this is market generated information that tells me or anybody that the position can carry actually higher risk. If the market starts moving against you, I have no reasons to keep the trade because this can collapse really fast here. Relative to earnings, what else do we have here? Today we have Amazon after the close. I gotta be very careful with this one, because after Meta and Microsoft, we have Apple and Amazon today, right? And why I say I gotta be watching the market, because I I'm going to bring another set of charts here. Let me close this one. Let me detach this all the charts and bring it here. And this is the major texts are going to be calling it a here. Look at this. Look at what happened with Meta. There's a huge gap here. New all-time highs. Microsoft also huge gap, new all-time highs here. I guess these stocks are heading towards the 1,000 for a split, right? I think the same thing can happen with Netflix. Maybe it needs to trade sideways for a longer period of time before the split. But Meta and Microsoft are really, I think, how is it close? No, Meta is closer than Microsoft. But what I want to point or highlight from this chart is what happened with Amazon. Is what we have today, right? Amazon has a huge jump here, just as Microsoft and Meta have. Years, there's still sympathy here, right? After the rebalancing or the closing the gap, the Amazon had is coming back to where these ones are. Right? We have liquidation on Microsoft, consolidation in, not giving up anything in Meta here. Right? And I believe Nvidia is going to take us maybe like 3 more weeks. Let's check it out. Yeah, 3 or 4 more weeks. All them earnings are out now. But Apple, where are you? Apple is here. Apple, just check this out. We may have something mixed today. Apple was setting out for a spike here. I don't know how good that can be, or if that happens, how easy that can be retraced basically what's happening in Amazon here. Right? You have to be very careful here. It seems now like we have a market rebalancing here and positioning itself for earnings. I wouldn't be surprised if the market closes around the same. Right? It's just what's going to happen, I don't know. As I say, very interesting things going on here, or that have been going on, and really nice opportunities we have had the past couple of days. Alright guys, this is all I have for today. Markets are, the trend or the bigger trends are to the upside. When that happens, the breaks, especially if they are related to news or some kind of catalytic, that is not that, I won't say it's not relevant, but it is kind of like just has nothing to do, or is not related to the market itself, right, or the fundamentals, has good odds that is going to be seen as an opportunity, or an opportunity to get to keep buying in this market. I don't know how long that's going to last. Nobody tell us how much further can this market stand. But so far that is what I was watching. Something else before I leave. There is something really interesting that has been. I hope you have watched that as well. Is the volume that we have in this market. You know, look at that. You know, last year we have really low, like lower volume relative to this year. You can see how this is coming back, right? Use that as a reference to position yourself also, you know, to gauge the strength of the market. Let me see if I can have more. Let's do 5 years. Okay. So I can minimize this and see. Look at that, right? This is lower volume in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, almost 4 years, and there's a slight pickup of volume this year. No? All right. Again, unless there's any questions, or if you have any questions, just feel free to send an email or to ES. What's my email, by the way? To EFT for ES Futures Trading, eft.esfuturestrading@gmail.com, or just post anything. Just post a replay in YouTube or Twitch, right? Okay, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and hope you have a great end of the week tomorrow. Gotta be very careful, face the market with patience and wait. You know? Just wait for an opportunity. Okay, have a wonderful day, stay safe. See you another